Good morning. Sorry. Good morning. This is Saturday morning. Let's see if we can get some clarity about vision here. Oopsie, sorry. Give everybody a close second. Should be good. Good morning. I hope you guys can all see me. I'm just going to adjust my hat so it looks like level to you at least. And I'm going to grab some water, which is essential in yoga. I'm going to take a drink. So a couple of things to know about yoga. If you plan to do any stretching or anything like that, please make sure that you do not eat at least 2 hours prior, drink too much coffee, and get my music going, or anything like that. So you really want to make sure that you don't have anything that's going to come up and just really make you want to beg. So I always tell newbies don't eat 2 hours prior, 2 to 3 hours. Now for me, it's 3 hours. So if this is really hard for you to start, we're going to start off with child's pose. And if this is too much, actually, let's try something different. Go ahead and go on down. Find a comfortable spot. Just fine. Just take some few slow inhales and exhales. I'm just going to lengthen the spine and just the shoulders. I'm just going to bring my hands, one on the belly, one on the chest. And lengthen each leg down. Going to corpse pose. Now, if it's too much to have the legs straight and bent, it feels good to put the bottoms of the feet together with the legs fall open. Go, let's do that. Nice audible exhale about 3 times. Again, inhale and exhale. Now I'm just going to come into my mind for a second and see what's going on there, because, you know, especially women, we tend to think 1,000 miles an hour. So I really want to just think about my breathing. With the hand on the belly and the chest, I'm going to inhale, fill the torso. I'm going to squeeze the pelvic floor up and in. In other words, the pee and gas. I'm going to squeeze it in so I'm not doing this and rounding my low back. Yeah, I pull it out. What I want to do is just keep it engaged slightly and just inhale through the ribs, through the torso, into the collarbone, into the throat, and hold it, hold it, hold it. Last second, hold it, and then I'm rolling up and in that chest, squeeze all the air out. I'm not. Up front, I'm going to hold. Again, feeling it all up. All the way from the air. Yeah, for 7. Pause for 3. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 7, 5, 4, 1. So with that, counting the breath, continue doing it. Keep your mind busy. You focus on the breath. Inhale, holding, which does a lot of cleansing, and then the exhaling, which really pulls all of the stagnated gases out of your body. Two more just like that. Eventually, the inhale will get longer on the count, maybe to 7 or 10. The hold can get longer, maybe up to 5, and the exhale is always going to be longer than the inhale. So you always want to make sure you adjust those things whenever they need to be adjusted, and that your exhale is always working to get longer. All right, nice and easy. If those legs are straight, we're going to bend one knee and then the other, and we're just going to ensure wipers flow side to side. I have my light on, so my eyes are going to stay closed. And I just like to send my neck opposite direction of my legs to get a little spinal twist. But I'm going to keep my pelvic floor engaged. What I mean by that is I just mean by squeezing the pee and gas in, pretending like I don't want to make any racket, yeah? And it just helps my pelvic floor to engage. As I said before in previous recordings, you can look back at some of those. It really does make a difference how you engage that lower core. So squeezing that pee and gas in is very important. All right, bring those knees to center. We're going to slowly bring one in and then the other. We're going to roll out side to side like a little happy baby. And then if it feels good to open those knees wide and send the feet up into happy baby, do so. Just make sure you're not lifting the glutes up and that tailbone stays down on the ground. And if it's too much, grab it here or here until you can get here. This is Raja. Hi, Raja. Oh, not interested. We're going to do a giant check mark. So my right heel is going to come into my body as my left leg goes out. And then I'm going to switch it up. And keep going. Now, sometimes it is hard to be able to do that. So if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. It just really depends on you. Yes. All right. Last time. We're getting into child's pose, and we're going to drop those feet down one at a time. Keep those bellies engaged. And let's do a spinal twist. Drop the knees over to the left. Now, they don't have to touch down, but if it feels better to put something like a towel underneath the knees, do so. So you're not feeling a giant pull in here. So you want to feel the stretch on the outer right side of that hip and shoulder, and you want to try to press the right shoulder down. So if you have to wiggle the shoulders off the mat, do so. Feel out those arms or cactus, whatever feels good, and gaze on over to that right hand. Hi, honey. Hi. Oh, we're going to make a mess now on film. All right, inhale back to center. Lengthen the spine, shift back to the center. Line those hips up. Inhale. Oh, isn't that going to be fun? Yes, you, down. No, hey. Hello, the Corn Jr. Hi, Mama. Yes. I know, you're so mad at me. Thank you. Obviously, we had a little catnip this morning, so we're crazy. Okay. Let's take the twist on the other side. Knees to the left, shoulders to the right. And breathe. So I like to start off really slow, bring those knees back to center. I'm going to bring one knee into the chest and grab the outside of that chin and interlock the fingers if you can. If you can't, just squeeze it in here. The object is you want to squeeze this thigh, this quad, into the descending colon. So again, bring that in. Now to get a little deeper stretch, you can send that right leg down. You can let it hover, or you can bend it just so you have support until your abs get a little stronger. Breathe in deep, just like you were at the beginning, and exhaling fully. Breathing in and out. Breath is key here. Exhales are so important. We're doing some movement inside the internal organs. Last breath. And then nice and easy to bend that right knee, bring it in, and release the left. Windshield wiper. Breathe. And notice each time you do some more movements that are familiar from when you first started this morning, how much little easier they're getting. The more you move, the more lubricated the joints get. And remember not to hyperextend those arms or knees whenever you're doing anything, because you don't want to do bone to bone. You want to get those ligaments, tendons, and muscles working. We definitely had catnip this morning. Okay, we're going to bring the right knee in. And we're going to send the left leg out and hover. And again, it can stay here, okay? And I'm going to squeeze my right quad in to my right side of my organs by ascending colon, my liver, my right kidney, pancreas, gallbladder, all that wonderful stuff on the right side. Breathe. If you're constipated, these are some really great movements today. So don't be surprised if things get rolling. And again, squeezing the pee and gas. You don't want to start too soon. Breathe in. And then nice and easy, bend that left knee. Drop that. And windshield like this. Let's take the arms overhead. We're going to do a big body stretch. Just be careful not to pop the ribs, okay? Keep that rib cage. So you're going to engage the core just to protect the spine. And we're going to straighten out the legs. We're going to pretend like we're standing, and I'm going to take a big stretch. I just got to get longer. Bring those hands in. Bring the feet in. Windshield wiper one last time. Now, this time we're going to do the same thing with the legs, but we're going to bring the left knee in, and with the left hand wrapping around that shin or knee if possible, we're going to take it out wide, and we're going to pull it into the armpit if possible. So I'm just going to grab it and pinch it in, and I want to be on the outside of the rib cage, kind of squeezing that outside of my rib cage in. Now you can allow that right knee to drop out if that feels good. Or again, if you want to hover it with a little more extension. And lay, pull the pee and gas in, use those abs. Breathe. Breathe. Bring in that right foot, drop it down. Oh, it's going to be a challenge day today. All right. Right knee around. Hey, oh my goodness. Look at you. Sprinkling with water. I think I heard that. Yeah, she didn't like that too much. Okay, good. Awesome. Let's try that again. Sorry about that, kids. All right. Outside of that right shin, pull it in and outside of that rib cage. Straighten that left knee. You know, you can interlock the fingers if you like. Just be careful of the wrists. Sometimes you tweak them too much. So I just like to grab as low as I can, and sometimes I'll hold it here. And again, if you have a strap, that'll work too. So whatever works for you today, just make sure you're breathing. Let's clean out those colons, ascending and descending. And then bend that up. Release that. Windshield wiper, arms up, and swim. If you don't have a cat, like mine. So how is that feeling? You should be feeling kind of good. All right, let's do a little test here. We're going to bring those legs straight up. Some of us, it's easier than others. So Just carefully rock the hips side to side. Glue the ankles together and then glue those hip bones down. Okay? Hands are going to come out to the sides. And I'm just going to keep my legs pointed. If it's too much, bend the knee. This means that your hammies are really tight, yeah? So, you can bend them here too. You can bring them even into tabletop if that works for you. So just make sure that it works. All right. So arms are going to either stay down or they're going to be up. It depends on what feels good to you. All right. This is called dead bug. Shoulders are going to melt down into the, yeah. I'm just going to let all the blood rush from my legs. Breathing. Again, squeezing the pee and gas gently. I don't want to be, right? I just want to gently engage it so I know that my pelvic floor is there. And my lower abs are helping hold these legs up. Breathing. Breathing. All right, let's start to wiggle those fingers and toes and ankles. Get some movement. Give them some gratitude for all they do for you. And nice and easy, we're going to bring those feet. Slowly, we're going to place one leg down and then the other. So we're going to work on those lower abs gently and slowly. So we're going to bring our knees one at a time into tabletop. My hands are going to come down about, just a little ways away from my hips. And I'm going to make sure I'm using my fingertips, okay? And the back of my triceps and my forearms, yeah? And then I'm going to press up and bring my other leg. I'm going to shift around so my spine is long. I do have lordosis, so I have a big curve in my spine. And you could also use a towel underneath those low backs if that's necessary for you. So you want to make sure that those knees stay over those hips and they don't come in here and the feet aren't up too high. This is what's going to kick in those lower abs. So remember the pee and gas, squeeze that in. Yep. And then now we're going to do a little laugh, and that kind of just kicks those transverse abdominis. All right? And then you're going to hold that there and breathe. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to drop one foot down and then the other. Oh, how did that feel? Little pain in the low back? All right, so if that's the case, I want you to rock and roll that pelvic floor. Hips up, pelvis down, bring pelvis up, hips down, and just release and rock it out. Careful not to hyperextend too much. And then once you're done there, just find a nice neutral. Okay? I still have a little gap, not too bad. If it's a big one for you, get that towel and put it underneath there. And you should be able to have a nice neutral spine, okay? We used to teach that you had to imprint the spine down on the mat, but that really is, I think that really had a lot to do with why I could not engage my lower abs, because it wasn't helping me to do that. So squeezing the pee and gas in, so making sure that I'm not going to be blowing gas out and peeing all over myself. I really want to squeeze those muscles up and in. With the difference between a Kegel really doesn't do too much. With the pelvic floor and with the pee and gas, they all together, like a wind, grab up and in and lift up. So that's very important to get the pressure off that low spine. All right, so again, use those arms, neutral spine, and then we're just gonna bring one foot up and then the other. We're gonna reach the left toes out, touch down, and bring it right back to where it was. Other side. Careful not to tilt that pelvic floor, and breathe. Careful not to pop ribs. Breathe. Now maybe you just tempt those fingers if that feels good. Breathing. Now remember, it's not this da 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 da. It's this. Reach. I'm getting a cramp in my toe, so that's how I know I'm working stuff. 2 more. Use these abs that connect to those quads. Breathe. Last set. I think I said that. And bring those knees in. Ooh, little bit of a burn. Good job. All right. Let's bend that left leg like we did when we were touching down, so the back of the legs will be out and that right foot will be straight. Okay? We're going to do some leg circles here, so we're going to bring that right leg down, level knee to knee. And like I have a little pencil between my first two toes, I'm just going to draw a little circle once and stop at the top. I want to engage those low abs, pull the P gas, and 2. Stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. And 6, stop. Imagine I'm pulling your ankle away from you, okay? Reach that pencil away. Other direction, 1, stop. 2, stop. Pull the bellies in, 3, stop. Breathe. 4, stop. And 5, stop. Last one, 6, stop. This time we're going to go bigger, other direction. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. 6, stop. Oh, oops, 7. And then the other direction. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. Last one. 6, stop. Bend that right knee in. Woo. Oh, left knee comes in. Ooh, a little burn there. Okay. Drop that right foot down. Make sure you're using your toes. Yeah, you're not just laying your foot there. So everything needs to be active in everything you do. Be mindful of what's turning on in your body. Left knee comes up, but we're going to straighten that left leg. And the left leg's going to come down knee to knee. And again, pull the P and gas in. Fingers and hands are touched. Use the left foot and feel me pull you, lengthen in that left leg. And then press the right foot into the ground so you get a little bit of balance. So again, pencil between the toes, outside 1, stop. 2, stop, small circles. 3, stop, control it in the stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. 6, stop, other direction. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. And 6, stop. Big circles, other direction. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. 5, stop. And 6, stop. Other direction. 1, stop. 2, stop. 3, stop. 4, stop. And stop. Last one. And bend that knee. Bring both knees into chest. Open those knees wide and rock. Breathe. Good job. And nice and easy. Place those feet down. Windshield wiper side to side. All right. How's those abs warming up a little bit, guys? All right, big stretch. Oh, reach. Oh, yeah, feels good. All right, bend those knees, breathe it. So we're going to do what's called a double leg stretch. Excuse me, single leg stretch. So left leg is going to go up, pressing into that right foot into the ground, yeah? We're going to engage the P and gas, squeeze. We're going to clap and engage those transfers. And then that's going to bring me up a little bit, yeah? So I'm going to start walking up my left leg. Ooh. Keeping those abs in, adjusting my spine. And then from here, I'm going to straighten my right leg. Single leg kicks. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Punt twice to me. And switch. Inhale. If all you're doing is this because you can barely do it, bring the knees in then. Okay? Last set. We're going to lower it down. Windshield wiper. Ah, hello, Abbies. All right. Let's send those legs straight on up to the ceiling. And grab onto the back of those legs. We're going to come into what's called a little boat pose, Navasana pose. So, easiest way for me to get there is to bring my legs close, swing myself forward and up here. And then I'll notice that my low back rounds a little too much. So that means I have a lot of flesh under here. I'm going to move it out. So I'm on my sit bones and I'm sitting tall. I'm going to place my feet down front. Pull my abs in. Remember the, yeah. And I'm going to see if it's comfortable on my sit bones or if I'm too hard on my tailbone. You really have to find a comfortable space. Maybe it's better to have the hands on the outside to start. You can keep the toes on the ground. I'm going to put my hands underneath, and then from here, I'm going to lift my chest up, slide my shoulder blades down, and send my feet up. I'm going to breathe in and down. Send those arms out. Squeeze those feet together. And I'm going to gaze right between my two big toes. Try to press the knees into the chest. Woo. 3, or 2, and 1. Send it up. Grab onto those legs, lift, and then bend those legs and bring them. Woo. Forward fold. We're going to dive into a count, seated count. Inhale up. Exhale, round back. Inhale, round up. And exhale back. Let's come out to a tabletop. So watch those hands. Remember, I did say I have carpal tunnel, so I have to watch the placement of my hands, and I have to make sure that my arms are a little wider than stacking underneath my shoulders sometimes. It's just until they get a little stronger, and I'll be able to stack everything. And then just watch the knees under those hips, okay? So from here, we're just going to round into a scaredy cat as we exhale. Press into the fingers, send it back. And then inhale into a cow. Drop the belly, chest. Inhale, bring the head up. Press the earth away. And exhale. Round. Look into the belly button. Separate the shoulders. Press the earth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Sometimes it feels good to wag the tail here. Hips go one direction, head the other. All right. Bring it back to neutral. We're going to come into our first downward dog. So I'm going to tuck the toes. This is called Ardha Mukha Savasana. I'm going to send the hips back, keeping the knees bent. I'm going to start alternating my heels down like I'm pedaling out my dog. Getting some mobility into my feet, my metatarsals. Now crackle clap. And I'm going to watch my hands. Again, I don't want to just crinkle up those wrists, right? I want to use those fingertips. I'm going to bring my chest as close as I can to the thighs. Dropping the head, trying to keep the ears in line with those arms. Slide those shoulders down towards those hips. And then drop those heels and breathe. And again, try not to hyperextend those elbows. Keep a soft bend in them so your muscles and ligaments are working. Breathe. And then let's drop to the knees, child's pose. And take a few breaths. And then last breath, we're going to come back into tabletop. Now I had to adjust my hands because my wrists are a little straight. Never want your wrist to be back so far on the ground. You see how it's really pinching here? That's not good. So because of my professional, I have to make sure that I'm but I also have an adjustment not being tweaked too far down. So it's comfortable for my wrist so that I can use my hands. All right, so downward dog. We do what's a downward dog split, so we're going to take that right foot up. We're going to open the knee up to the ceiling, drop the foot down towards that other hip, and we're going to hold open down. Make sure that both hands are pressed into the earth. Even. Straighten it out. And breathe. Other side, up, and open. Try to make sure you're pressing into both hands. Breathe. Breathe. Straighten. Exhale. All right, we're going to bend the knees, press off the hands, and walk them to the feet for a little ragdoll. I'm going to keep my knees bent because of my low disc issues, and I'm going to forward fold here and just hang out. I'm going to say no, thank you. Yes, please. I don't know. The shoulders. Maybe I'm going to interlock those arms. Try swaying side to side slowly, alternating those knees, not locking them. And then drop the hands. Bend the knees, press into the feet. Use those low abs, squeeze the P and gas, and let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Use the abs. Shoulders up and down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, clap the hands, walk it out. We're going to come into a plank. Step it back. So nice and long in a plank like a board. Separate the shoulders, use those fingers to breathe. If you're tired, drop the feet. Remind them of chaturanga when I first started. You want to make sure you internally rotate those elbows forward and then try not to really drop the belly. You want to stay in your plank. Lean forward. Squeeze the elbows into the ribs and then just lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Send it back down like that. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. So from here, we're going to go high on the toes, bend the knees, look at the hands, and we're going to walk or float the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. We're going to reverse it, bring it up. Inhale, reach up, reach high. Practice. Keep the abs engaged. Inhale, reach. And exhale, Savasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. We're going to do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into plank. Drop the knees, feet up. Gently rotate those elbows, lean onto those elbows, lower elbows. Drop those feet. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then tuck the toes, send it back. Breathe. Tie the toes, bend the knees, look at the hands, and walk your feet up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse the swan dive, bring it up. Practice. Keep the P and gas engaged. When you press those hips forward, you don't want to really tweak out that low back, okay? Inhale up and exhale, hands to heart center. Do that again without the chaturanga. One breath per movement. Think of the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. All the breath is oil coming into each one of your joints. Last one. So this is what I tell my students. As long as you're breathing one breath per movement and you get lost, whether you're going up, hands out, wide, whatever it is, as long as you're breathing and you're moving, keep going. Don't stop. Go. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Darn it. Don't start self-talking and self-hating to yourself, okay? So just keep going. It's about the breath and it's about the movement. That's all it's about, okay? So again, let's do that one more time. Basic sun salutations, Surya Namaskar, hands to heart center. Hips are feet are hip distance apart, okay? Use the toes, hands to heart center. Hold the P and gas in. Transverse. Inhale, arms up. Stand tall into your feet. Swan dive it down. Use those abs. Pull it into the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Use those abs. Lengthen in the spine. Hands never go on the knees. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to reverse the swan dive. So bend the knees. Inhale, reach. Cactus those arms. Exhale, backward bend. Open up the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Hands down. Center. Awesome. Now we'll add our chaturanga in. And again, you can do the knees or you can do the full version. If you're on carpet like I am, really be careful with your wrist and your hands because it's a little wobbly, hard to keep stable, but it's really good on the abs to really kick in a little harder. All right, rock and roll onto those feet. Make sure you're centered in the line. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. And we're going to hop, step, or jump it back into plank. And we're going to lean forward, elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Breathe in. And down. Breathe in. And down. Drop to the knees. Child's pose. 5 breaths here. And slowly bring it on up. Good job, everybody. So that's a little Surya Namaskar. You can do it with and without the chaturanga vinyasa. Chaturanga vinyasa is not that nose dipping, swinging that forward. Actually, that's an oh my gosh, Ashtanga version. And it's not good for us on our shoulders, so I don't teach it. Normally, I don't teach it because it hurts my shoulders. So if it's already hurting my shoulders 57, I'm not going to teach it. All right. So we're going to come into a seated position. We're going to do 2 more things, and then we're going to set it on down. And I'm going to put you guys into first pose. And once I do that, you have a few minutes to relax. Okay. All right. So this is called a little mermaid. So what we're going to do is that right knee is bent and the right foot is tucked under. Kind of hooked under my left foot, if you see. Right there. Okay. On that foot, I'm sorry. It's hooked in the right. Oh my gosh. Left and right, too early in the morning. Left elbow onto that quad. So what it's going to look like is I'm going to take a big inhale here. Press it into my fingers, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Hand reaches under. Inhale. Back. So we're almost coming into like a half plank. Side plank. Yes. Last one. And bring it here. So I like to do this one because it helps clients when they don't know how to do the side planks. Because it does a little wear and tear on the wrist as it is, but you're not holding for a long period of time. So again, other side. Left hip, left leg under. Right foot in front. Left hand down. So like we're serving a tray, pull the pea and gas in. When you're ready, we're going to inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Inhale. So if you notice, my right knee doesn't want to straighten here. This is the side that I broke. And so I'm going to do what's best for my knee. And that was our last one. Let's find a seated pose. So if you're having trouble sitting, you can use a block or a bolster or a pillow. It gets me up a little higher so that my knees can drop a little lower. Yeah, it's not really comfortable sitting on a block, but you can put a blanket over, pillow, whatever works. I also have a bolster here that I use sometimes. So what we're going to do with our legs crossed is that we're going to forward fold. And so this is pretty cool. I'm going to get off my block because I don't need it. But the more you do, the better it's going to feel, especially since we're sitting. Okay. So cross-legged, whichever way feels good. I am going to stack heel and knee. Ankle and knee, I should say. And this knee is not laying on top of that left heel or ankle, so that's okay. It's just where it's at. It's called a double pigeon. So I'm going to take my arms up, and I'm going to lean and hinge forward, and then just drop the hands. Either inside of that toe or outside, it doesn't really matter. And then you just want to be able to feel the stretch on the outside. Here are those 2 hands right there, outer hip flexors. And then each time you inhale and exhale, maybe walk those hands out a little further. Breathe. And walk those hands back to the outside of those legs. And inhale as you press yourself up. Use those lower abs, squeezing the pea and gas. Gently unravel, straighten them out. Ooh, shake them out. Let's do a forward fold here. Flex the feet. Inhale. And exhale, just lay the belly down onto the thighs. Oh, sure, you say. So, a couple of variations. When I first started, this is a forward fold. Yeah, sure. Everybody was here. And actually, some people were even here with a block. And I'm like, I can't even get here. So, if you're here, be here. If you need to have the knees bent, put that towel or whatever underneath pillow, blanket, whatever underneath those knees so that you can rest the belly onto the thighs. That's perfectly acceptable. All right, hands to the outside. Inhale, use the belly. Bring it up. Okay. Right foot's gonna go under the left foot on top. Double stack across those legs. And when we do the side version, it's gonna get super high. So this is my problematic because I use the left side the whole time my right side is broken. So again, I'm gonna inhale, lengthen through the arms, get taller, and then I'm gonna hinge forward. And I'm gonna do it super quick. And I'm gonna drop those hands down. I'm gonna breathe. I'm going to keep the feet flexed because it really helps to protect the knees and it stretches out that knee muscle. Inhale. Exhale, maybe walk it down. Remember, you don't want to round, you want to lengthen. You want to hinge. So again, oh la la, super tight. So I'm going to do this. When you're sitting on the couch, which I did a lot of yesterday on Zoom meetings, sitting and not very much stretching. So it's really, really important to do. It really stretches out all of this so we just cut circulation off. So always remember too to come out whenever you need to. Place those hands down, inhale, lift, and then release. All right, let's roll on down. So again, hook on to the back of one of those legs. Take a big body stretch. Breathe, reach. And bring one knee into chest at a time. Roll it around. So this is just your basic sun salutation and leg stretches and a few little moving poses that I've learned for movement. And again, if it feels good, you can drop that left foot, take the right knee across, right ankle across, and bring those knees in. Just like pigeon, we're still getting that outside hip flexor stretch. You want to make sure that that spine is neutral, everything's on the ground. Place that left foot down, cactus the arms, drop that right foot down to the left for a twist. Wiggle the shoulders flat, so you're going to have to wiggle it around to get its opposite direction and breathe. Nice and easy. Inhale back to center. Adjust the spine, unravel, cross that left leg over, bring those knees in, stretch in. And then nice and easy, drop that right foot, cactus the arms, drop the feet over to the right. Wiggle those shoulders flat. No matter how I try to hide that tag, it's not happening. Breathe in. Engage those abs. Squeeze. Yes, bring those legs back. Unravel, adjust the spine. Now we're going to get ready for our resting pose, which is horse pose. So you're going to straighten out those legs, or again, like in the beginning of class, bending the knees. Hands are going to come out about a foot away from the hips. Palms up or down for receiving. I'm going to put on some nice calming music. So give me 1 second while I find that for us. And then when you're finding your length here, make sure you're breathing in and out nice and slow. Start to just release the body. Turn off my light. All right. If you have an essential oil, this would be a good time. I just want you to find a nice, comfortable, calm place to lay. Closing your eyes. Softening the face. Allow the tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Crinkle the forehead, soften, jaw, swallow, release the throat. Allow the shoulders and the arms to adjust a little bit more. Allow those arms to reach away from you to get length in the neck. Maybe adjust the hips and legs one more time. Get some length in the back of the spine. And then that exhale. Remember the beginning of class. Big inhales. Holding it and allowing that exhale to be longer. Release. Through. Breathe into every cell of your body. Breathing in life, length. Exhale. No longer fear, anxiety. I surrender and float. Allow yourself to just float. Breathe. I will ring bells when it's time to come. The kinship of gratitude. When you make the two one, when you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, then you shall see the kingdom. Keeping your eyes closed. Just slowly start to wiggle the fingers and toes. If it feels good to rock the head side to side, do so. Before you sit up and jump up, just roll onto one side, your favorite fetal position. Just take about 3 deep, long, soothing breaths. Oh, hello. It's sassy. Those breaths are to release, to restore, and to, if you feel like sitting up, do so. The light inside of me is honored and it adores the light inside of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to my class. Please find me on YouTube. If you did find me on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will build our bodies together, yeah? All right. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. All right, guys, have a fabulous, fabulous Saturday. God bless you. Have a great day and happy.